clapping is quite... No, I've got all of this. You can't be trusted. This could be boiling and it could knock over and then someone could stand in it and you know what happened, they could melt then, especially if they were a snow person. Clapping is dangerous if you think about it, because look, if you were clapping too much, you could be like this dong, 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 you know what I mean? That could be bad. Or there could be seals going by, and they might hear the clapping, and then they'd be like, oh, it's a reading for seals, and then suddenly hundreds of seals come into this. Would you like if seals came in? That would be quite dangerous. So we need a safer way of clapping. Just for the rest of this, does anyone have any ideas of a safer way of clapping? What do you think? Yes, yourself? Show us your safer way of clapping. Just one. Okay, that's not a bad. Is anyone? What's another safe way of clapping? Has anyone got any ideas?
I got one.
What's your idea?
Clapping for your pockets.
Oh, pockets clapping. Well, that is. See, my pockets don't go around that far then, so it just looks very odd. I'm glad someone's filming this as well. That's not a bad idea. Has anyone got any other ideas for how we could clap that's safer than big clapping? Yes, what's yours, sir?
What about one hand clapping?
Oh, one hand clapping. Okay, we'll try that. We'll be trying all different ones. We'll begin with a very safe round of applause like this. Okay, that's what we'll do then for the rest of this. Before we start, we just need to make sure that the bookshop itself is, because this is a very dangerous book, we have to make sure the bookshop itself is safe. We'll just carry out a few basic checks. Number one, are there any ghosts in here? How do you spot if someone's a ghost? It's quite easy. You just give them a poke, and look, if your hand goes through them, then they're definitely a ghost. So everyone check the person beside you. Just give them a tiny, I'm not a ghost. Are there any ghosts here? Any definite ghosts here? Okay, check two. Robots. We got a lot of robots at these. And you know what robots are like. They might pretend to be human, then they go outside and eat bikes and cars. So we don't want that. So let's check if someone's a robot. It's similar, just give them a gentle donk on the head. And if it makes the sound like, you know, dong, 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 then... Okay, any robots? Okay, fine, no robots. Check three, and this is the really big one, you guys. And that's any werewolves. These books are quite popular with werewolves. And so how do you spot a werewolf? They're generally quite tall and hairy. Not me, they never wear shorts. So we'll look around and see who the most werewolfy person here. Look, sort of quite werewolfy there, very well groomed werewolf. Slightly more werewolfy there, over here. Look at this guy though, look here. So we need to check if he's a werewolf now. This is very useful, this is basic werewolf checking. Werewolves are dogs, you guys, really, you know what I mean? And one of the ways of spotting a dog is to give it a little tickle, you know what I mean? And if they don't react and they're just like, what are you doing? Then they're a human. But if he goes like this, then he's probably a werewolf. Pretty good, but we'll keep an eye on you nonetheless. Hang on, can I borrow, we'll borrow this. This is the other way of checking. Look, you know the way dogs love to chase things. So this will be the, look. No, he didn't react at all. Okay, he is 100% definitely not a werewolf. I think we can begin. Are we safe enough to begin? Everyone feeling safe enough to begin now? Okay, good. These are books. It's my next door neighbour, is called Dr. Noel Zone, and that's him there. And he is a dangerologist, which is someone who you might see fun or adventure in the world, just these terrible things happening all of the time. Okay, let's try it. Yes, we've got a question there from Star Wars. Yeah.
You also, what sign you make books about danger mouse?
I make books about, well, not danger mouse, but dangerous mice, certainly. There's a slight distinction there. Yes, very good point. Dr. Noel sees awful things happening everywhere. So let's just have a little discussion now about some terrible dangers. What's a dangerous thing that can happen in a bookshop? So, has anyone got any ideas? This is where we have to use our imaginations as much as possible. So, yourself, what is a dangerous thing that could happen in a bookshop? Think of a thing.
Somebody bumping their head on a sharp corner.
Somebody bumping their head on a sharp corner. Or how about that sharp corner is a book? Look, it's sitting up here beside Peter Rabbit like this. And then, look, I'm just underneath. Ah! That's an example of, I bet that's happened to you quite a lot. In fact, let me just check. A lot of dents in the head there from various heavy books. What's another bookshop danger? What is another dangerous thing that could happen in this bookshop? Let's have a look from it.
Someone bumps a shelf, all the shelves domino.
All the shelves, like a book avalanche, which is an avalanche of books. Exactly. The end falls off, and then it's like that. But imagine this with hundreds of books. That's a very good suggestion. What's another dangerous thing that could happen in a bookshop? Yes? Paper cuts. Now we're talking. I can't believe I'm not wearing protective gloves. Even I should hold them like this. What's another dangerous thing that could happen in a bookshop?
Books could fall off and you could hit your head.
Books could fall from different heights as well. And then that's a very so what's another dangerous thing? From a member of staff, yourself, madam, think of a dangerous thing that has happened to you in this bookshop. You can see she's quite traumatized. A lot of awful things. What's a dangerous thing that's happened here?
Well, these things are on wheels and people push them sometimes.
Exactly. You could be crushed by an out-of-control book lorry. Exactly. It's a classic book danger. We're going to look at 3 specific dangers here with these. Werewolf alert. And a couple of things that you guys should be aware of here.